Hey guys, so I'm still alive. Long story short, I had a throat infection for over a week and I struggled to talk, so that was lovely and great for making videos. But today, we will be talking about Lil Wayne's The Carter 5, an album that honestly surprised me with how good it was. Wayne made a hell of a comeback with this one, so in this video, I will be telling you what my personal favourite songs from the album are, and why. So with that being said, there's my social media accounts. Once we hit 10k followers on those, I'll follow a bunch of you guys back, and that's all I got to say. This is CDTVProductions, and let's get right into the video.
What the fuck though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the fuck though. I don't bluff, bro. Aiming at your head like a buffalo.
Now this song is probably about to become 10 times more popular than it already is due to Wayne starting a challenge based around this song, but I can't really complain about that because this track does go hard. The very upbeat instrumental combined with Lil Wayne's memorable flows during the chorus makes it very easy for this song to stick in your mind, and it's one of the catchiest songs on this project. Lyrically, it's very much a punchline and rhyme focused song, and it makes for a fun track. I wouldn't be surprised if Wayne's Uproar challenge helps this album's sales increase past its already very impressive numbers.
You got money on your mind and we aiming at your temple. Check me out or just be quiet in the library, nigga. Or the flowers on your grave gonna be dying every winter. And as long as I'm...
This is a great song overall, but the thing that got me the most hyped was when the sample of Explosive by Dr. Dre came through on the beat. I legit jumped up in excitement when I heard that because that was one of my favourite instrumentals on Dre's 2001 album. Hearing it sampled here was so unexpected. Snoop Dogg's voice works perfectly over this sample during the hook, as you can imagine, and it gives the song a really relaxed feeling. And I particularly enjoyed Wayne's second verse on here, where he talks about the people he grew up around, and how even though he was similar to them, he was raised to go down a different path with his talents. Oh, and if I didn't mention already, the beat on here samples Explosive and it's so goddamn nice.
Had to get it back to give him 5.
It's alive, I'm revived. It's the vibe, it arrived. Kiss the sky, did the time, please advise.
I'm already a massive fan of Travis Scott's music, so this song basically scored points instantly by just having him on there, and his performance is pretty great on this track. He comes with this fairly unique delivery during the chorus, where it's still very much Travis's style, but he delivers his vocals in a noticeably different inflection to make them stand out. He also has a cool verse on here too. Then Lil Wayne. My God, Wayne killed it on here with these segments of never-ending wordplay, using the words mind and line in as many different contexts as he can think of. The line wordplay got a bit far-fetched in my opinion towards the last 1 or 2 bars, like it just dragged on a bit too long, but it's still very impressive, and it's always nice to see Wayne is still so sharp after all this time.
Message in the dust just for me. If I don't see it, I'll be waiting for you.
I think the best word for this track is soothing. If you want to just sit back and mellow out, this is the perfect song from the album for you. Lil Wayne opts for a more laid-back, melodic delivery on this one, and gives us a really interesting verse where he uses the world going through an apocalypse as a metaphor for himself going through some really hard times, but even in these hard times where everything seems doomed, he still has his girl by his side. It's a nice little metaphor. Then Nicki Minaj comes through to contribute to this idea with some nice metaphors of her own, and god damn, her singing was way more on point than I ever thought it would be. She genuinely sounds great on here. It's a really cute track overall, and I love the creativity behind a lot of the bars on this one.
Cough it up and spit it out. Oh my god, I'm flipping out, then dipping out. I tried to turn the fucking page. Oh my god, I ripped it out.
I used to smoke to get high, now I smoke to get vibe.
This is one of the most intriguing songs in terms of the instrumental to me because it implements a lot of these slight changes as it goes on. It generally stays the same, but more and more drums are slowly added to or dropped out of the beat, and it means the song always keeps your attention because you're constantly keeping a lookout for the next change, with it happening more so during the first verse as everything is building up. Speaking of the production, this track also marks the first time that Metro Boomin has produced a Wayne song, so that's pretty cool. Wayne himself himself comes with gripping verses, with his voice getting more frantic and intense as the beat starts to build up. It's a really engaging song, and I love the energy behind this one.
I started this shit, you just part of this shit. I'm the heart of this shit, and the heart doesn't skip. Take the heart of your bitch, cause like Bart, you a simp, and your water don't drip, so your garden ain't shit. You just counting the money, I'm drowning in.
This song was great for so many reasons, but one of my favourite things about it is how much Wayne references the large influence he has had over modern day rap culture. He had his face tatted before every single up and coming rapper started doing that, and he lets you know about it on here. In fact, the hook on this song is a sample of a 2 Chainz song where he praised Wayne for how he pretty much changed the game, and it's hard to deny the impact that he has had. Weezy also comes through with some attention grabbing flows and rhyme schemes on this track. Just check out the second verse where he maintains the same multisyllabic rhyme scheme for the entire verse. And then it doesn't end there, because he continues the same rhyme scheme from the second verse all the way through the entire third verse as well. It's great. And just to cement the fact that he is a well-respected and well-known rapper, Wayne ends the track with a sample of a speech where Obama basically calls him one of the best rappers around. This was his main flex track on here for sure.
Then put the gun up to my heart and ponder. Too much was on my conscience to be smart about it. Too torn apart about it. I ain't where my heart was pounding. I shot it.
Without a doubt, this song contains one of the emotional highlights of this album. The third verse on this one, it had your boy tearing up a little. You see, when he was 12 years old, Lil Wayne shot himself in the chest with his mother's gun, an incident that he claimed to be an accident in many interviews up until now. In this verse though, he reveals that it was actually a suicide attempt. Now Wayne has mentioned that he attempted suicide before on the song Mad, but he didn't go into much detail and didn't mention that it happened when he was only 12. It's heartbreaking to hear about, but Wayne does turn it into a positive moment, saying how things will always work out. Just like many people, Wayne hit the lowest point in his life, and he shows with this track that he bounced back from it in a big way. It's a very hopeful message. Top that off with a great beat and a beautiful chorus sampled from a Sampha song. Seriously, this man Sampha has a godlike voice, and it's something that is heartbreaking but uplifting at the same time.
She a good actress and you a dead actor. You be dead after we get what we after. If Liz call you daddy, she about to be a bastard. Oh, I got way too many bitches that do anything for me.
Now I've loved pretty much all of the tracks featured in this video so far, but this song is on a whole nother level of great to me. It combines well-crafted storytelling, intense deliveries, and non-stop flows, all over a somewhat low-key but powerful beat, and it is brilliant. Lil Wayne has some really hard-hitting punches here, and there's so much wordplay that I doubt you'll catch it all on the first few listens. In his verse, he tells the story of how he robs a man by getting this girl that he knows to get close to said man and find out all his information. It's a straightforward narrative, but the way Wayne tells it is really compelling, and he sounds so invested in telling this story that it's hard to not cling on to every word. Not to mention, some of his lines here are just hilarious the way that he says them. As for Kendrick, he came through with a pretty awful verse, honestly. Like, what was he doing with his voice? I'm just fucking kidding. Kendrick absolutely killed it too. He told a different story, but with the main focus still being on a woman. He goes through a range of emotions in his verse, talking about how he fell for this girl, then revealing that he hasn't been faithful to her, but he hypocritically flies off the handle at her for sleeping with rappers behind his back. The intensity ramps up to the point where Kendrick's character kills himself in the end, finishing the song off in a tragic way. There's a lot to analyze through all the verses, and both rappers have incredible vocal performances that fit the story they tell on here. It's near perfect and makes for my favourite track on the album without a second thought. Well guys, that is going to be it for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, of course, you can press that like button. It would really help me out. And you can press that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 200k before the end of the year. So if you could do that, it would be mucho appreciated. Let me know down in the comments below as well what your personal favorite songs are from the album. Make sure to get really angry and say that my opinion doesn't count because I'm white if I left off a song that you like on the album. Like I said, I had a throat infection for a week and it did make it quite difficult to talk, which in turn makes it difficult to record videos. I couldn't project my voice or change the tone of my voice. so if I did make a video, it would be very boring and monotone. So that's all I got to say for today, guys. Like I said, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram under the name CDTVProductions. I've vowed now to follow a bunch of you guys back when I hit 10k on Twitter and when I hit 10k on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all in the next one. Of course, there will be reactions linked below where my twin CDTV the G reacted to some of the songs from this album. And that's all I got to say. This is your boy, CDTV Productions, signing out.